Hey, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here with day 19 of the Painkillers Challenge. And I'm actually super uncomfortable. I am house sitting for my sister and I forgot to bring any kind of a setup to hold my phone. So I don't want to hold it because I like to be able to move my hands when I'm talking and think about what I'm saying. And it's really hard if I'm holding my phone up here and I'm moving around all the time because I talk with my hands, so the phone's always jiggling. So if you think I move around a lot now and bobble my head and roll my eyes and whatever else, it's even worse when I have to hold the phone. So I've got the phone, I'm sitting on the floor by a table with the phone propped up on a napkin holder, a candle, and the ottoman. So if it falls in the middle of this, I really am sorry. I apologize profusely. But you got to do what you can with what you've got right now. And so I wasn't going to wait until this afternoon when I can get all the things and put them together to do the challenge. I want to do it first thing in the morning when I am fresh and feeling better. So I am going to make it happen. I'll figure it out. It's a little funky, but I will figure it out. So yesterday we visualized. Did you spend a couple of minutes visualizing what you want? It's very important, and it's something that becomes just natural and a habit for you if you practice it a little. It's kind of hard when you first start out. I know. The thing is, we're always visualizing. We're always creating pictures in our mind of what we get in our lives, or sometimes it's what we want, sometimes it's what we don't want. And the trick is to turn it around and make it so that you're creating what you do want by visualizing and thinking about those things as much as possible. So make sure that you've done that. If you haven't gone and done that, do it today. Just go back and listen to that video and do yourself a favor and start making that part of your daily practices. Today is all about stretching. We're back to the body, and it's about stretching and moving and getting more out of your body and expecting more of yourself. Stretching, to me, is doing what I can with what I have now and a little bit more. So for example, if I am on my daily walk at the state park and I'm tired and I really don't feel like going for a walk much, what I'll do is I'll set like a goal of how far I'm going to walk. And then I'll stretch myself, and then what I do is I trick myself till I get to the halfway point. And once I'm to the halfway point, I'm like, well, heck, I'm already halfway done. It's all downhill from now, so it's not so hard. But then I'll go a little bit further. I'll walk a little bit farther than my halfway point just to prove to myself that I can do it. And that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Depending on what your situation is now, maybe the act of physically stretching is super difficult for you, but we can all do something. We can all stretch our body. And if we can't stretch our physical body right now, we can stretch our mind and visualize, building on what we learned yesterday, and doing more by visualizing more, adding more detail, a little bit more, making it a little bit brighter, a little louder, a little more fun, a little more colorful, a little more of whatever makes you feel good. But what you can do, like sometimes when I'm having a bad flare and I'm in bed and I just don't feel like I can get up or do anything, I'll just start out by stretching certain parts of my body that aren't giving me severe pain. So for example, if I'm having issues with my lower body or my back, I'm not going to start trying to stretch them. I'm going to stretch my fingers and my hands. Now, I'm a big hand person because I have arthritis and inflammation. So I've learned over the years that it's really important to stretch and keep things moving and flowing. Now that might not be what works for you, but that works for me. And again, remember, it's all about figuring out what works for you. So I'm going to start moving things that don't hurt until what happens is you get momentum. So I'll start moving my hands, then I'll start moving my neck, then I'll start moving my arms, and maybe I'll wiggle my toes. And then I'll start wiggling if I can get my ankles moving. And then I'll move up my legs to my knees and my hips, and I'll lift my legs a little, or I'll just tighten my muscles and release them. That's sometimes a stretch for me too. Sometimes that's all I can do. But if I do those things, if I begin the process of stretching my body, all of a sudden I can actually move and get out of bed. So this whole process of stretching, again, it's do what you can and do what you normally do, but then do a little bit more, add a little bit more. I'm doing a personal challenge this year. My daughter challenged me. I've got a book called Do One Thing a Day That Scares You. And it's been sitting on my bookshelf since, I don't know, about 2014. I think I bought it for a friend and we were going to do it together. And of course, we did it for about a week, and then we didn't do it anymore. Something, life got in the way. We got busy, and we stopped doing it. Well, she found that book on my bookshelf early in the year, and she said, yeah, hey, Mom, you're in a rut. You need to do this book. Why don't you do this book? And so she challenged me to. So to hold myself accountable, I've been doing one of these Facebook Lives every day, sharing what the lesson is for the book, Do One Thing a Day That Scares Me, and then committing to and doing what I'm going to do with respect to that challenge for the day. I'm into challenges this year. So actually for about 5 years I've been into challenges. I've been using them on myself to motivate myself and get me to do what I need to do to move my life ahead and to, kill my chronic pain and live the life that I want to live. So I've been doing one thing a day that scares me or stretches my comfort zone. Well, our comfort zone, it's one in our body, just like there is in our mind and in our thoughts. My physical comfort zone is a very tight bubble around me. And for most of us with chronic pain, we've had to create that bubble to protect us from all the things that we know have hurt us in the past. But that bubble, in addition to protecting us, it also prevents us from growing and experiencing all of the incredible things that this life has to offer for us. So I am going to challenge you like I'm challenging myself. You don't have to do it every day for the rest of the year like I am, but just maybe for the next day or so. Stretch, challenge yourself, do what you can and just a little bit more, and see how pretty soon the little bit more becomes your new normal. And then the little bit more from that is your new normal. And before you even realize it, you've made incredible progress with your body and what you're capable of doing, with your life and what you're capable of becoming. So that's my message for today. Our challenge is do one thing today to stretch yourself. It's a body one, so physically stretch yourself would be awesome. Share in the comments below what you're going to do and what you've done and how it worked out for you. Maybe you go out and you attempt with your best effort to do something physical. I'm not going to try burpees. We've had my discussion about burpees, but maybe I say I'm going to try 3 burpees today. And I'm going to go out and I try 3 burpees and I can only get 1 3/4 burpees out of me. Well, you know what? That's okay, because that's 1 3/4 more burpees than I would have done if I hadn't even tried to stretch myself and tried to do a burpee. Now, I can guarantee you right now I'm not doing any burpees today as my stretch activity. I'll do something, but it's not going to be burpees. Maybe I'll do yoga with my daughter. If she comes over today, we're going to watch my nephew play hockey. They're in the state tournament. Maybe we will do a yoga program on the computer today, because that definitely stretches me. That actually physically stretches me and my body. And over the last several years, I've been terrific about doing daily exercise, but I do the same thing pretty much every day. I go for a nice long walk in nature or on my treadmill, or I ride my exercise bike. That is the extent of my exciting repertoire of daily exercise. And what I'm finding is I'm no longer getting the results that I want in my physical body and life from sticking with those same activities. So I'm finally coming to terms with the idea that I have to stretch myself and do some things differently. I have to try some yoga. I have to try some exercises. I might have to try some kind of weight work, like even 2-pound weights with my arms, or ankle weights with my ankles. But I need to stretch myself, get out of my comfort zone, and do something different with my body to continue to progress and improve and feel better and better, and not have, chronic pain effing with my life, because that's not okay. So that's it for today. I challenge you to stretch yourself, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.